category. Many years ago, one of my relatives lived with his wife and daughter. The daughter was mentally disabled. It may have been a birth injury. And after her birth, the couple was unable to have more children. This caused them great sorrow. And when their daughter was grown, they paid a man to marry her and provide them with a grandchild. The marriage took place nearly a century ago, and the daughter's capacity to consent does not appear to have been an issue. The two were legally married, and shortly thereafter, the daughter fell pregnant. Then, having fulfilled the terms of the bargain, the husband disappeared. 9 months later, the daughter gave birth to a healthy baby. This second story is about marrying for money, but it is also about marrying for parenthood and for criminal and legal protections. Marriage provided the husband with money while also protecting him from criminal prosecution for rape. There really isn't any other way to describe it. In addition, marriage gave the grandparents their longed-for second child and protected the child from the legal taint of bastardy. The specifics of my family's stories are unique. However, their instrumental use of marriage is not. I have a neighbor who married to lower his university tuition, 2 friends who married for tax breaks, and a colleague who married for a green card. These 4 are just the ones who have told me about their non-love reasons for marrying. Presumably, I know many others. Chances are, you do as well. Perhaps a non-love reason even motivated your own marriage. Historically, marrying for love was considered a gamble. A popular story from a 1791 issue of the Virginia Gazette and Alexandria Advertiser illustrates this pessimistic view. The story describes a beleaguered clergyman who was enduring a curtain lecture, meaning a scolding, from his wife when they were interrupted by a young couple requesting a marriage ceremony. According to the article, the poor priest, actuated at that moment to his own feelings and particular experience, mistakenly began repeating the burial service. The astonished bridegroom then pointed out the error, to which the clergyman replied, "I am obliged to marry you, but believe me, my friend, you had better be buried." Between 1791 and 1823, this anecdote was printed more than 60 times. Marrying for love was risky, and for centuries, many Americans believed marrying for the legal, social, and economic benefits attached to marriage was a safer bet. Blatantly, transactional marriages were permissible and even admired. In 1821, the Louisiana Gazette printed a story of a young man who hedged his marital bets by auctioning himself off in a lottery. Described as of a good figure and disposition, the man offered 600 tickets for $50 each to single women interested in marriage. The winner was then entitled to himself and the $30,000. The paper described the scheme as ingenious and expressed confidence that matches formed this way would prove as happy as those made in the usual manner. Eventually, acceptance of transactional marriage had largely disappeared. By the late 19th century, the non-love match was viewed as threatening. The 1888 Supreme Court case Maynard v. Hill exemplified this change. In Maynard, the court described marriage as an institution, in the maintenance of which in its purity the public is deeply interested, for it is the foundation of the family and of society, without which there could be neither civilization nor progress. Today, a century and a half later, such sentiments remain widespread. However, whether the Maynard court's fears were justified is a more complicated question. Economists have long claimed that everything is already commodified, that such commodification is good.